So we decided to leave our rental life behind and become the proud owners of our very own skates.
Woo!
Haven't been this excited buying a house, honestly. Rentals are really fine. We're really grateful that our skating ring actually provides them, and
For free.
they were included with our classes and with our free skating sessions, which is freaking awesome. But it's a little bit of a gamble because they get used a lot, and sometimes you get really nice ones and really new ones and really tight ones, and sometimes they're a little dull or a little loose or just don't really work out.
Sometimes just one of them is good, sometimes both of them are bad. So you gotta get lucky.
It's a gamble for sure. We thought that we're just gonna come to the store, say we want skates. We're figure skaters, give us skates please, and they're just gonna take it off the shelf and here you go. As beginners and as people who never skated before, we could not even imagine what was coming for us. We talked to our coach, and she gave us certain websites to look around for skates and
Different
figure out
brands.
what we want. To order your own skate, you need to decide on several things right away. First of all, there's several brands of them. There is the Riddell,
and the Jackson, and Adidas, and Craft,
and then on top of that, once you figure that out, you need to consider such things as the stiffness level,
and the tongue stiffness, and the width of the toe box, and the width of the heel, and your shoe size, which is not your standard shoe size either.
and then you have to decide what kind of style you want.
And what are you planning to do? And what's your level of skating? And are you planning to do jumps? And are you planning to do spins? And are you planning to do dancing?
Yeah. We finally had our idea, we picked something, and then we discovered there are also blades you need to pick. After researching for an extended period of time, and after talking to our coach, and after talking to other figure skaters online, we decided for us that we're gonna go with the stiffness rating 50. It's like medium level.
Kind of in the middle. I think the max is 100. I'm not sure because we're not professionals. I think the max is 100, and for beginners is like 25. So we got like 50, something that can last us longer.
We wanted skates that we can start in, that are fine for beginners, they're not going to be too stiff, but also that are going to last us a while.
Longer, yeah.
The other thing that we really needed to consider was the budget. The boots alone go up to $800 in price, and then there are blades on top that also can go up to $400 or $500 if you really want to get fancy. We were definitely not prepared to spend that much, so we tried to find something that was more budget friendly, that was more newbie friendly, but still not a hobby class.
So we found Jackson.
Jackson, yeah. This video is not sponsored by
By
Jackson
Jackson.
though, unfortunately. I really wish it was, but it's not. But hopefully the skates are great. We ended up ordering them online, and we're just gonna see what arrives.
So our skates have finally arrived today, right before we were heading to class. They look very cool and very fancy.
We feel very fancy in them for sure. They came in literally right as we were heading out the door, and the timing could not have been any more perfect. Yay, it's official. To just order the skates together with them, you have to order a ton of other stuff right away. The first thing that we had to get for them right away, and we ordered at the same time as the skates themselves, were the soakers, the fluffy.
Pretty fluffy stuff. Red, blue. It's so cool.
The soakers, basically you need to protect your blade while it's in the bag or while you're storing it somewhere. You put them on, they have like a little towel on the inside, and you put them on after you skated and after you dried your blade with the towel, and they just get all the extra moisture out and away from the blade because it's a metal and you don't want it to rust.
The second thing we had to buy were the blade guards, which look like this. Yeah, they protect your blade, so they allow you to walk off the ice. Yeah, they go like this, so you protect them. Yeah, so like this you can walk with them without damaging the blades,
So that your blades don't get dull from just you walking around on the floor.
because they're very expensive. When I first put on the skates, they weren't where I expected the experience. They felt very different from trying normal shoes. They were also very tight in comparison.
When you buy the skates, the sensation that you get in your feet is definitely not what you're used to. When I first put on my skates, I got really scared that we ordered them too small because the size of the skates does not really match the street size. There are measurements. We had our coach actually help us measure the feet so we could order the correct size. It felt really small, it felt really tight, but apparently from what we discovered, they are supposed to be like that. They have a ton of padding in the inside, if you see. That is supposed to hold your foot in place, and they're very stiff on the outside so that your ankle doesn't have much movement. They actually came with a label that says heat mold.
Heat moldable? I cannot pronounce that.
Heat moldable. There we go. Which means they adjust to your feet the more you skate in them.
So with the time, with the heat that your feet produce is gonna help you mold the skates to the feet.
Or apparently you can stick them in the special oven, and that is going to speed up the process. We haven't done that yet, but we've been given that option. For now, we're trying to go the traditional way and just skate in them and just wait to break them in.
During the class, the feet completely went numb. We actually had to stop a little bit because the pressure is too much. You know, you gotta get used to the squeeze in the feet.
But it definitely makes a world of a difference. Right off the bat, even though they still feel new and they still feel a little uncomfortable and they still feel a little stiff, it feels so much better to skate in good quality skates versus normal rental.
Really big difference.
Huge.